In January of 2023, we had Elle's first birthday and John's belated 40th. It was wonderful, and sort of our birthday wish for John and I was we survived the first year of newborn life, and we were going to focus on our health. We had just moved to Connecticut. While I was training, I pulled a muscle doing a kettlebell pull. I reached out to my new primary care doctor. She was like, I'll write you a script for an x-ray. The x-ray showed a light opacity in my chest, and she started saying a lot of words that I'd never heard before: a CT scan, MRIs, biopsy. I did the CAT scan same evening. Within about 40 minutes of the scan, the primary care doctor called. I think her words were, "Hi, Lauren, are you driving?" And I said, "No." She said, "Okay, is John with you? And can you guys sit down?" She explained that the opacity that was in my chest was actually a mass. I thought she was talking about breast cancer, but she was like, "No, Lauren, this is actually in your lungs. But it's possible it's not cancer." It was a Thursday evening. She said she had a contact named Dr. Michael Ebright. He was the head of thoracic surgery at Stamford, and she was going to try to get in touch with him. And in the meantime, we needed to try to find a way to get through the weekend. In the first night, I woke up probably every 20 minutes, like screaming and reaching for John and asking if it was a nightmare. That weekend, my daughter said "Mama" for the first time. They had scheduled me an 8 a.m. PET scan, followed by a consult with Dr. Ebright Monday morning right after my PET scan. And I remember waiting in his office, John and I grasping each other's hands, and I kept saying, like, what if? Dr. Ebright came in, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He said, "Okay, we have some really serious things to talk about." My husband, who's probably the strongest person I ever met, fell onto his knees and started sobbing. And we said, "Okay, that sucks. What are we going to do about it?" Dr. Ebright went on to explain that this was advanced non-small cell lung cancer, and they needed to do further testing to determine if it was stage 3 or stage 4. Once we got through all of the detailed testing, we were scheduled to meet with Dr. Christelle Preddy at the Bennett Cancer Center. Walking into the cancer center was probably the first time we really understood what was happening. As I checked in, I fell to the ground. And these wonderful nurses came and they said, "Don't worry, honey." And they walked me down the hall on both of my arms because I could barely walk, and put me in Dr. Del Preddy's office to try to take a breath before we met with him. The Bennett Cancer Center took me to the tumor board to evaluate my case and came back with a recommendation for standard of care.
Lauren's diagnosis was complicated by the fact that while it was curable, it was really at an advanced stage from the beginning. So she needed chemotherapy and radiation immediately before we could do surgery to remove it. And the fact is that she had, as a non-smoker, an unusual mutation that caused the cancer. It was actually a very rare one. So we did extensive research and had the resources to find a daily pill, a treatment that she continues to take to make sure this never comes back.
We went for a second opinion at Memorial Sloan Kettering, who also took me to the tumor board and came back with a recommendation. At the end of the day, we chose Stamford Health Bennett Cancer Center. Their recommendation of care resonated with us, and they went through extensive lengths to explain each of the steps to us. And for me, somebody who's extremely scared of doctors and needles, the team at Bennett Cancer Center made me feel safe in what was the most unsafe moment of my entire life.
Lauren had an advanced stage 3 lung cancer at diagnosis. The treatment of stage 3B lung cancer is complicated, and the textbooks say not to operate. But when a 38-year-old new mom is sitting across from you and you know she'll be a model of perseverance and determination, you pretty much examine which rules can be bent. Dr. Del Prete, Dr. Smith, and I knew we could throw the kitchen sink at her, and by golly, we did. The grueling nature of undergoing a major lung operation after chemotherapy and high-dose radiation simply cannot be overstated.
What I think is exceptional about Stamford Hospital, and specifically the Bennett Cancer Center, is I had access to every expert and specialist that I needed to take care of my body. After we completed both chemo and radiation cycles, we waited for a scan to make sure that the treatment had done its job, and we were green-lighted for surgery. They were going to remove half of my left lung. I remember getting up the morning of the surgery and going into my daughter's room. I pulled her onto my lap in the rocker, and I just breathed her baby smell. I'm not a very religious person, and I prayed so hard that I would be coming back to this house and this family. They removed all of the cancer within my body, and we would wait 3 months to make sure that there wasn't residual cancer. I started a targeted therapy, given it was an aggressive type of cancer, to make sure that we got any of the microcells that might be left behind and to help prevent recurrence. The healing journey was significantly more difficult than I imagined. Learning how to breathe and literally walk to the door of the ICU, to my mailbox, to the stop sign, took weeks and weeks. Dr. Ebright and Dr. Del Prete regularly saw me to monitor progress. When we got the results of the first scan after surgery, showed no evidence of disease. And I'm not sure I could ever describe the feeling of knowing that I had a chance to keep fighting and see my daughter's second birthday, and a chance to get to cure. We came up on our 2-year scans, and we were anxious and hopeful and are so blessed to be 2 years, no evidence of disease. My doctor team didn't just treat my illness. They made what seemed like the unbearable bearable, and I will always know that my life was saved because of them.